Welcome to video number 5. I said I was going for 10 to start off and we're halfway through. So this video is going to be a little more special. We got a board setup coming. In here is a special board that a lot of you might recognize, some of you might not, and I'll show you why it's so important to me now. This was Eddie at 12. To say that life was a little bit on the difficult side for Eddie at 12 would be an understatement. Not only was I on the larger side, but I was definitely on the dorky side. But one of the things that helped change the way was Zero, Thrill of It All. When that video dropped, I finally saw my purpose, who I was and what I wanted to be. It was zero everything. Zero sweatshirt, zero t-shirt, drop in like the Zero guys. I practically wore the VHS tape out. Sometimes I would catch myself daydreaming that I was the one in Thrill of It All. That I was the one getting those slow-mo black and white clips. Well, can't a guy dream? Now that you've seen my Thrill of It All parody, here is the board I'll be setting up. I am Zero. This board is super special to me because it was too big when I was skating. I was skating like the 7.5 size popsicle. And when I think back on it, it almost makes me feel like I was crazy because I probably should have been on an 825 at that point. But I've been skating 9s and 10-inch boards lately, and I've really missed flipping my board. And I thought, why not indulge in my ultimate fantasy board that I would want to put together if I was just skating again back when I was a kid. So I went with the Zero Bold, 8.25. It has the same wheelbase as my egg that I normally skate, a 14.3. And I'm going to be pairing that with Venture Highs, 5.6, 8.25 axle. I chose these mostly because I rode Ventures on my very first skateboard I ever got that I got to choose for myself. And they're not a truck I normally would ride. I watch a lot of Ben Degros and he seems to like these a lot, so I'm giving them a shot. Some Spitfire Classics, white of course. If I'm going to be flipping the board and I'm going to be skating my box and trying to skate some ledges, it's got to be white. Reds bearings. I got some Just Up grip tape. One of the more larger throwbacks, Silverados. The first setup I got to choose for myself though, that like wasn't a gift, I got Silverados on it. And that's what we're going to set up. While I set up this board, I figured we'd watch through Thrill of It All. It's unfortunately got to be muted because otherwise we'll run into some copyright issues. I thought this would be a cool way to set up the board. Then it wouldn't also be boring to me being like, oh, look at me grip this. Oh, let me put the trucks on. All this nonsense, right? So without further ado, Thrill of It All. And then you got the epic intro, right? Zero proudly presents Thrill of It All. Wade Burkett was so rad. This pole jam is like out of control. Look at this thing. I still can't even believe it. Towed in by a car, pole jam. You got the black shoes, white laces, big Zero shirt on. So sick. This slow-mo intro is like all I ever wanted as a kid was to have a slow-mo intro. And of course Jamie, I mean he's a no-brainer, right? He practically is Zero. Starting off with Adrian Lopez, skating to the Rolling Stones. Pretty sure the song is Give Me Shelter. So I'm pretty meticulous about lining this up, but since we're doing this on a video, I'm not going to be as crazy about it. I always like that gap to backside 50-50, backlip, capillary, all the trash can. Here it is. Boom, the intro trick. Adrian Lopez, so sick. This backtail shove is so sick too, slow-mo with those Jamie Thomas Americas on. This part's just like short and sweet. He does a cool couple tricks. Nice switch holly right there. It's muted, but I'm almost positive he's skating to AC/DC And I want to say it's Highway to Hell. Ollie over the bush to manual. Crazy. Look at, he's still going. He's still going. Boom. This backside 5-0 is so underrated. Look how long it is. He like backside 5-0'd like 20 feet. The infamous pole jam. No one ever talks about this pole jam. I don't understand it at all. Here's Eric Ellington skating to Danzig. Mother starting off with this kickflip off this shed. Didn't matter how high the kickflip was. If you fell when this video came out, if you fell, you always went oh, and you like slow-mo stood up. Didn't matter. Didn't matter if it was like off a curb. You had to do it. This 360 flip filmed from the front. Then he comes around and he's about to ollie this double set. He's got this sick windbreaker on. Slow-mo with the music was like insanity at the time. Blew my mind. This little friend section is really cool. A lot of the Zero guys have clips in this friend section. There's Bam. You get a little Bam action. Maybe one day we'll have to get a toy machine board and do a Welcome to Hell watch through. Hey, not so bad. Look at that. I always liked friend sections because it was like you got to see kind of like who these guys were hanging out with. Had to pause it for a second, but that Kerry Getz 50-50 kickflip, really a rad trick, and at the time blew me away. I need the little Allen wrench that's going to come with it to poke the holes in the bottom of the grip. This ollie was pretty cool. I remember when I was a kid, when I first saw the video, I thought it was going to be like this insane ollie, right? But then it actually is like kind of small. But it is cool. The second ollie is crazy over that Ivy gap. There's a Zero Bold again. And then this, obviously everyone skated this thing. 50-50 finger flip. You don't see that often. Zero Bold shot again. All right, we're just going to put the bolts in. He gets beat to shreds ollieing that thing. And I can't really deal with like diagonal colors on my setup, so when we go to put the front truck on, we'll just do the 2 silver bolts at the bottom of the front truck. Matt Mumford's part is probably, I might call it my favorite part. Jamie's part is so good. But Matt Mumford has such a great intro. That huge gap to picnic table ollie. He does a drop in on that crazy S thing or a roll in on it. And then he does like the craziest caveman tricks. It's like constantly doing caveman 50-50s in this video. And I think he even opens with one here. Yeah, this is a caveman 50-50. When I was a kid, I kind of thought, I was like, man, it'd be so much cool if he ollied into it. Being 39, looking at it with my eyes now, I kind of recognize a little bit that this caveman is a little more difficult than just ollieing into this 50-50, because you have to put the board on it and then jump up to the board while your hand is still on it. So your flexibility has to be really good to be able to like crunch that really quickly. Opens up with that long caveman 50-50. I love that backside 180. I think this video has the best backside 180s. I'd be hard pressed to like find another video that just has great backside 180s. Besides like maybe like Brian Wenning's various switch backside 180s that he was always doing. This song was sick. He's wearing the Jason Lee Airwalks in black. Those shoes were my very first real skate shoe. Zero zip up hoodie. You saw me wearing that as a kid. Tail grab. Never see many tail grabs. There's more Zero Bold action. The Zero Bold graphic might be my favorite skateboard graphic of all time. Because it's so simple. Half cab melon grab. No one melon grabs as good as Jamie Thomas. And that's the facts. He had this drop in. I was mimicking that drop in the earlier video, wearing that same sweatshirt. And I was like, oh no, he almost got hit by a car, but you can kind of tell that he might have been acting that part out. Late shove it, still love a good late shove it. There's a frontside 180 melon. Here's the backside 180, probably second favorite backside 180 in this video. Slow, boom, look at that. It's a perfect backside 180. I don't know if you could find a more perfect one. The infamous leap of faith. The rollerblader who tried that broke his legs. I'm not going to show that. And then the other skateboarder who tried it and like blew out his knee. This poster was everywhere. There you have it. Zero board, Avenger trucks, Spitfire wheels, Reds bearings, Jessup, and Silverados. There's the two little silvers for the front of the board. But yeah, during that entire Thrill of It All video, this board it shows up all the time. And really excited to give this one a shot. I'm not going to be doing any tricks on this one in this video because this video is already going to be like 30 minutes long. Really excited about this board. And this weekend, gonna bust it out with the box and start trying to do a lot of Smith grinds. Thanks for watching. Until next time. Welcome to video number 5. I thought